What's going on, Pokey tubers and viewers? Today we're bringing you a 131 card PSA order all the way back from last October of 2020. Entered in the PSA system on January 21st. Starting to see all the PSA orders really pick up, and since we were sending one a week, we're probably going to get hammered here. A lot of them are in assembly, so we should get everything back in the next couple months that was sent in before PSA shut down. This is surprisingly probably the worst return we've ever got. This was at the end of October, so it's Darkness Ablaze and then a lot of vintage, and maybe we were a little too aggressive on sending lower condition vintage hollows, but at the same time some of the new stuff has graded oddly low on random grades that would lead me to believe there's dents and damage on brand new pack fresh cards, as well as some of the few years older stuff that I've been sending consistently, and I noticed all the grades are about 1 to 2 grades lower than what I was receiving on the same quality of stuff. So I normally will send vintage if it's 7 and greater, but I'm seeing some 5s and 6s across this order, so we'll go back and kind of look at those during this video and say, were we just over aggressive at the very height of when Pokemon was really getting going last year? But we do have some nice higher end grades on some of the new stuff, so it's really random. So we'll go through this. I don't know what order these are in. We've got a lot of these cards are towards, I think, at least 20. Some of his sister's childhood cards. They did not number the boxes anymore, so that's something you normally would see PSA do, but they either skipped it on this order or have stopped doing it. So usually we do stuff by chronological order. But here we go. We're going to start off with some vintage right here with a Rocket Scyther with a 5. Front looks really good on this. Not a lot of hollow scratching. So front wise, that is like an 8 at least in my opinion. And on the back, we got some standard whitening. I personally cannot see why this would receive below a 7. This is pretty crazy to me. But let's keep moving on and see. We got a 6 next for comparison. This actually has a lot more foil scratching than the previous card. The cut generally looks the same. Taking a look at the back, similar whitening. Still something I would normally say was at least a 7 on this. I think this one is actually better condition. You look at that foil. You can see the scratches on that one versus... Alright, anyways, these could be crack and regrades or crack and sell raw at this point, but here we go with an Erica with a 6. So this grader was a lot tougher than what I've normally experienced. Got some marks there. That one definitely is at best a 7. So here's a 5. See, the 5 to me looks better than that 6 did. It's great we're jumping right into the Wizards era stuff because this was the items in question. So here's a 6 on the foil in the back. So the cut, yeah, this one here has a little more whitening than any card we've seen so far. So I wouldn't really complain too much about that one being a 6. Here's another 6 Misty, foil, minor. That's at least 7 conditional foil in my opinion. And the back, a little whitening here. Not too bad. Now here's a non-hollow. Got a loose slab. Non-hollow Rocket usually do really well with the non-hollows. Some whitening, so that seems fair as an 8. So we got Blaine's Arcanine. Has some light foil scratches. You can see those going up and down. Here on this side. That's a 7 to me, and some of the other ones look just as good to make 7s, but just the 5s and 6s stand out to me because I usually shoot for 7s and above. So, and here's one with an 8. I don't know if we got a single like 9 on any of the vintage we sit in, and this is a lot of stuff that I was probably just sitting on at the time. Yeah, that's not bad for an 8. Love Blaine's Arcanine, awesome card. Here is a 7. Yeah, see, these are some of the ones that 5 blows my mind on that Scyther. And here is a 5, which has more foil scratching than the previous two, which makes sense. This one is more arguably correct than that Scyther. You can see some more whitening here. Excessive whitening, a lot of foil scratching. But I think we'll just keep going through the cards now until we find some other ones that really stand out. That one's got a pretty nice hollow on it. Erica's Venusaur, snagged an 8 on that. Couple light foil scratches. Couple white spots, that's a good grade there. Missy's Gyarados, that's got some foil marks. See, that one I would call a 7, but we got some cool giveaway slabs coming up. We'll probably do with a few of these. Those are real hard to see on that dark background. That's pretty rough on the back. But no dents or real tears on any of these. Here's a Tyranitar Hollow. Looks like about 1 foil scratch there and a couple little minor ones here. And the cut pushes us at the top there. So you can see these were kind of in order. Alright, that is box number 1. So let's go to magical box number 2 and see what we have. Alright, fossil. So we got a Gengar with a 6. Hitmonlee. It's got quite a bit of foil scratch. There's a Zapdos with an 8. So, not all these I disagree with. I just, like I said, normally don't send 5 and 6 quality cards. But these were definitely not minty pack fresh type of cards sitting around. The Dragonites. That's really not bad at all. Blastoise with a 5. Has a few hollow scratches. Dark Machamp. Erica's Vileplume. Electabuzz. I think maybe one of these got a 9. Yeah. There you go. It's probably our best vintage grade. We'll add that to the collection. I probably got like 40 copies of this card, and that's a generous 9 in my opinion with the whitening on the back. Must have a real good hollow pattern. Yeah, it's real clean. You guys might be tired of seeing that card. And here, it's more Rocket Scyther. This is a 5. That foiling would definitely put it down to a 7. A couple whitening marks. So, it's at least a 6. But 5 is, I don't think 5 is the lowest one. We do have a 3 in here. Which, based on the card it is, I wouldn't put it past that. That was really a reach. Got more cards moving around. There's our Aerodactyl. So, more vintage. We have not seen any of Torch cards yet. And then we have our shared cards from our Darkness Ablaze openings from August are in here. So we've got everything we pulled from a couple different booster boxes. Got the Ursaring. There's a non-holo Lugia, also shaking. We got Light Arcanine. It's a real nice card in terms of artwork. Very popular. Now here, I sent a bunch of these in again, and we've done a lot better with 9s and 10s. This one we got a lot of 8s on this, and some 7s. I think we bought all of these out everywhere we could for about 25 a piece last summer. I still have some more at grading, so hopefully we get a little more generous grades, because you're not going to see a lot of foil scratching. This one does have some white on it. I know these ones I wasn't too particular, being stingy with these, you know, being Charizards. So we landed, I think, a couple 9s, no 10s this time. Alright, here's our Evo Charizards. We got an 8, which that's probably justified there. And we did land a 9, but that cut is probably the main reason. No, we got a little mark there. I would have been fine with 8 on that one as well. Here's another 8. Charizards galore. Going into the Charizard vault. Alright, move these out of the way. So we got 4 more boxes, 131 cards. Our next order that should get assembled soon is all Charizard, Blastoids, and Venusaur, about 100 of those, so that's going to be fun. So here we go with some Torts cards. This is his sister's childhood cards here. Shining Steelix. Been a while since we've seen one of those. She had some pretty neat cards. Wide variety on the grades. Really awesome Gengar EX. Been a while since I've seen this card in person. Super expensive now. We've graded a few in the past on the channel. I think that was the last one. She has an Alkazam Gold Star floating around somewhere. One of these boxes. I think these are Torts. Here with some Evo. Nice Dragonite hit for him. Pokemon Breeder from Shining Legends. And one of these I think he's going to be really excited about. That's him. Jesse and James, he was wanting to buy this for the longest time, so he sent some in the grade. Got 3 9s and a 7. So let's take a look at this 7. Cut's a little thicker. You can see it kind of angles down a little bit. Man, that must be all cut, because that's at least 8 in my eyes. I don't see any foil imprint. There's a little scratch there maybe. Rough times. And then Pack Fresh Shiny Rayquaza. Tort pulled this on the channel last summer with the Gym Mint 10. So congratulations to Tort. I think that's all his cards. There's the Gold Star Alkazam somewhere out there. 3 boxes ago. Thanks for hanging with us. If you're enjoying the PSA returns and you're new here, make sure you sub, drop those likes, drop those comments. Alright, next box. Alright, so here we go. This is the beginning of the order. Tort and I shared cards. We did land the Gym Mint 10 on the Charizard VMAX. Very happy to have that. And this is the odd piece here. Basically brand new Mew. It's a little off cut, but I don't think what I'm seeing is enough for it to deem a 6 for a Pack Fresh card, but here we are, moving on. So we got the Salamence with a 10, Charizard with a 9. We didn't send all our pulls, we basically just sent the cards we thought were the coolest that we pulled. Nice little Butterfree Rainbow and a 10. So now we're at the beginning of my vintage. This card's faded, kind of in my opinion. So I don't know if that weighs too heavily into that, but this is a 5. You can see the condition here. Very minor foil scratching, so that's pretty shocking. But it's got to be surface there with the faded looking condition. A little bit of yellowing maybe. So you do see variants in like the hollows from time to time, but this just looks like surface fade and another loose slab. I'm going to set these aside because these are interesting comparison with this being a 7. Has more foil scratching. Not very good cut. Just 11 Alkazam. But when you've your point of entry on these cards is very low and you just got so many sitting around, wasn't a huge deal to send them in. This one was definitely got to be a big reach, being a 3. So that does have a little dent on it. A little bit of foil whitening there. Rough ends here. But something I've seen, something like this, there's dirt on it. Maybe I missed cleaning it right there on that side. Something like this normally could get up to like a 5. Here's a little base Bulbasaur, Nidoking, Raichu, Electrode, Flareon, Snorlax with a 4. It's normally something I'd call a 6. So I think this goes with our Darkness Ablaze order, the Rose. They don't ever send them the serial numbers back in the right order anymore. The boxes are all mixed up sometimes. PSA 8. Alright, 2 more boxes to go. We got some Dragon Majesty Charizards, Mint 9 reverse. Pretty nice grades on those too. Never landed a 10 on that. So we got a Gengar from Expedition reverse here. Don't really see any foil scratching. Let's take a look at the back. I would have gave myself a 7 on that, but you guys seen plenty of these Bulbasaur 7s before. Oh my gosh, all 7 straight down the barrel. 5 on Charmander. Come on. This is probably the worst we've ever done on all these. They're literally all 6 and 7s. Even this isn't even hollow. Probably shaking around in there, ruining the grade here. That's an 8. And here we go with the Gold Star Alkazam. It's been a while since we've handled any Gold Star for grading. A couple Mews last year. So nice for Torch Sister. Congrats on that. And last box. Like I said, if you're enjoying the videos, always drop those thumbs up. Helps out a lot. Watching the whole video definitely helps us out with the watch time and the algorithm as well. But here we go. Some more Charizards from Evolutions. PSA 8. I don't know why we sent this one, or I did. Look at that cut. This is pretty cool. Brock's Crit in a 10. Good for my gym display. Some Charmanders. Now this one, I don't know what's going on with this. Not a single foil scratch. The cut's not great, but I didn't think cut could knock you down that bad. This one's really a mystery to me. I don't know. Putting that in the review pile with those Alakazams. Because we did really well on these 9s and 10s last time. So this grader was definitely tougher on these because we landed all 8s. Not saying any of them were the best cuts, but no surface damage at all. Nice little Mew. Love this card. This one I knew was bad condition, but I just wanted to get one slabbed up. I'm still kind of... Oh yeah, there's a crease there. So that's the level of 3 that you're thinking when you get something below 5. Gotta have some creases, some hardcore damage. This is really cool here. The Team Up Cracked Ice Charizard. So we gotta get all this organized, back in the right order. But just a bunch of Charizard to finish it off. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a thumbs up, subscribe, join the Discord, and let me know in the comment below what was your favorite card if you watched the whole video. If not, it's cool. Alright, catch you guys on the next one.